What if I told you the next global economic downturn is already on the horizon, and hardly anyone is talking about it? This video is why no one is talking about the 2030 downturn. This is also a wake-up call. We've seen recessions before. The dot-com crash of 2000, the financial crisis of 2008, the pandemic shock of 2020. But the next decade could bring something even bigger, a downturn around 2030. Why are the signs being ignored when the drivers of the predictions are still very much in effect? Global debt is at record highs. Governments, companies, and households owe more than 3 times the world's yearly output. By 2030, it may be unsustainable. Demographics are shifting too. Aging populations mean fewer workers and more retirees, creating stress on pensions and healthcare. And then there's climate change. Floods, wildfires, and droughts already cost billions, with more to come. Why isn't 2030 in the headlines? Partly it's short-term thinking. News focuses on today's drama, not tomorrow's risks. And social media rewards clicks, not context. Psychologists say we're wired to notice immediate threats, not distant ones. Another reason? Distraction. With constant crises, from inflation to conflicts, people are exhausted. Too many warnings lead to denial, or numbness. What about economists and governments? Many publish reports about 2030 risks, but they're buried in technical papers or behind paywalls. Few ever make the evening news. Policymakers avoid talking about them because the solutions, higher taxes, social security reform, and cutting spending, aren't popular. What happens if we ignore the signs? By 2030, the downturn could mean slower growth, unemployment, increased pressure on healthcare and social programs, loss of trust in institutions, and the American dream delayed again for many. However, this isn't just doom and gloom. It's a wake-up call because there are things we can do. We can invest in clean energy, innovation, and education. We can push leaders to think beyond the next election, and we can learn to spot long-term patterns and plan adequate responses, not just short-term headlines, leaving us no time to plan and act. When enough people start talking about an invisible crisis, it stops being invisible. Silence is dangerous. As 2030 approaches, we can break the silence together. The future is not completely set in stone. If we choose awareness and action, we can try to shape it for the better. Thanks for watching. If this made you think, share it. And subscribe for context others miss.